I'm just gonna be real for a second. Nobody on this earth can humble me quite like my platonic guy friends. They don't like my outfit, they're gonna be the first to tell me. Don't like the guy I'm dating, also gonna tell me to break up with him. And they won't skip a beat. If I tell a joke that isn't funny, they will literally tell me to go get help. Tonight I was walking with one of my friends and he was like, "Ooh, you're sticky." I'm like, "Babe, it's 90 degrees out." But I will tell you, the biggest accomplishment is when your guy friends tell you look hot. Because you know they're brutal, so when they say something nice, they mean it. Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Nobody gives you the harsher truth like a guy friend. Tell me why I just called my guy friend and I was like, "Ugh, I'm really in the mood to like call him right now." And he said to me, "You sound like a fool." And I was like, "Oh, is it because you have bad service? Like, are you in a tunnel? Is that why it sounds a little weird?" And he's like, "No, you actually sound like a fool." Like, he fully told you that he wants nothing to do with you and you're thinking of calling him like that's like tomfoolery. And I was like, "Oh, okay. You could just say don't. You didn't need to say that I was Bobo the fool. Where my clown shoes at, you could have just been like, hey, like, I don't think it's the best idea." He literally said, "Where's your cap and gown, you bimbo ass." Anyway, I mean, it worked. So I was like, you know what? I should just, I'll delete his number because a fool would memorize it. And I didn't mean to, it just happened. I don't know.
And y'all be doing stuff that you have no business doing. And this is what I be saying. The very reason y'all need men to protect y'all and stop y'all from continuing to make silly decisions. Because had it been another woman, ooh, girl, just text him back and just do it for the plot. Just see where it goes. Stop it.
Guy best friends will give you like the most unwarranted and like brutally honest opinions at the drop of a pen. Like, I was on the phone with my guy best friend the other night and I'm currently trying to raise my standards a little. You know, I'm talking to this guy and I was telling him like, "Oh yeah, like I think he's cute. Like, he's really my type. I think he's cute. Like, he's pretty objectively cute." And my guy best friend's like, "Send me a photo of this guy." And so I sent him a photo of us together and he's like, "Yeah, no, this is just like a generic white dude, Sophie. Like, he looks like a piece of unseasoned chicken." Like, he's not wrong. But like, did I want to hear that? No, not really. Did I maybe need to hear that? Maybe, honestly, probably. He does look like a piece of unseasoned chicken, but like,
nothing is more humbling than when you're just going about your day, minding your own business, and then you see your boy bestie calling, and you're like, "Oh, Pookie's calling me." And you give each other the life updates, the rundown, you know, the weekly goss, your usual catch up, right? And then they ask you like, "How's so-and-so going?" Or how's the love life going? And you're like, "It's going," you know, but then they have to turn around and be like, "Chloe, he just doesn't want you." And I'm like, it's funny, I didn't wake up and decide to be attacked today. It's all fine and well for them to give me their girl problems, and I'm like, "Babe, she just doesn't want you. Like, just trust me, I'm a girl," right? But the minute that they turn around to me and say, "He doesn't want you," I'm like, "What do you know? You're a boy. I don't take advice from boys." But then, you know, they've known me for like 10 years. So, like, you do know me. So I guess you can have a say. But like, you don't know him. You don't know what he's thinking. Oh yeah. I said, "Thanks for your opinion. I love you for it. But I'm just, if you're not going to feed into my delusions, I'll just go on."
You know what? Honestly, these modern women are like Warren Sapp of fighting over objections. Just anyway, 99 rating. I'm going to get over it. You don't know me. Actually, I know you for 10 years. Okay, well, that's true. But you don't know him and you don't know his intentions. I'm a dude, so I know kind of what dudes think. So I should think that maybe you should be careful. Yeah, but he has a dog, so that makes people shut up. Move on from this man.
Speak to the girls.
I think dating in your 20s has jaded most of us into compromise on non-negotiables in our 30s. As a 31-year-old woman who is also trying to find love in what feels to be an upside-down dating climate, and having almost compromised my faith and self-respect for a man who never really actually liked me, I can tell you this from firsthand experience. Being alone and living and pursuing your dreams is way better than being with someone who's lukewarm about you, which causes you to focus all your attention on them, why they feel that way, and how to fix it. Now, let's be clear on how we're defining compromise on non-negotiables. We're not talking about height or physical appearance at all, for that matter, or surface level stuff that won't matter in 20 years. We're talking about compromising on
Oh look at y'all TikTok superstars getting together. Man, y'all know y'all ain't trying to date, no. Man, stop that. This for content.
Negotiables like respecting you, your dreams, your growth, sharing faith, ability to communicate, showing up for you, and my least favorite of all that happens way too often, actually liking you as a person. Not just wanting to have you as a placeholder girlfriend to make them feel accomplished or to have someone there, or because you're pretty to look at and be physical with, but does he actually like you? If you both had to close your eyes and not touch, would you want to spend time with you? Would you feel loved? I know it's hard to hear, but I wish someone told me. Until next time, love you.
One of the best things about having guy friends is that they always keep you humble. Like, it doesn't matter how well your life is going, one of your boys will remind you about how much of a like the other day I was talking to one of my friends and he asked me how I was doing. I said life is going well, work is going great, like I'm feeling really confident. And he just took a second and was like, yeah. Hey, remember when you asked Emily Rothbart to prom at the school assembly and she said no in front of the entire school? And I was like, no, I actually forgot about that, but thanks for the reminder. He's like, yeah, I think about it like once a week. Honestly, it's like my favorite part of high school, dude. But congrats on work.
You really gotta love the boys.
He hasn't texted me back, and that confuses me because, like, I thought we had such a good time together, you know?
Have you maybe thought about the fact that, like, I don't know, maybe he doesn't like you, bro? Or care about you? Maybe he doesn't care about you either. I don't know, I'm just thinking.
I appreciate that.
Daddy. Do you think I'm as beautiful as the castle and just as magical?
Oh, no.
Okay, could you rate me on a scale from 1 to 10?
4.3.
Smash or pass?
Pass.
Jesus.
I'm cute. But like, when I tell you, nobody asks me on dates, nobody DMs me.
Nobody in your inbox is fat. I've seen way less attractive women in their inbox be jumping. With women, it's easy to get men. A woman can post a story in a turtleneck and sweatpants, and she's gonna get men in her inbox. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. There is some truth to what people are saying in comments. There are men who are intimidated by attractive women. It is what it is. And for the guys out there who get intimidated by attractive women, they're just people. They are just all I can tell you is be yourself. If she like you, she like you. If she don't, she don't. Not only that, if you can make a woman giggle, you can make her giggle a lot of the time, bro. Making a woman laugh and smile goes a long way. And I have had conversations with guys, so I know this is true, where some guys feel like they're out of a woman's league, so they won't even try to talk to her. Yeah, you got me. I don't feel like I'm out of anybody's league. I don't give a nobody say, like, y'all got to stop putting them on pedestals, bro. It is what it is. Shoot your shot. If it don't work, it don't work. But feeling like somebody's out of your league and y'all be intimidated to go up to them.
By the end of the date, the waiter came up, the kind waiter, all on one bill. And me, be the lady, I'm not answering the question. I do not know what that waiter just said. I'm looking directly at you, sir. And he looks directly at me. Get this? We can split it. You okay with that? We can split it? And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And I was like, Abby, do not make a face.
It's funny how when the bill or the check comes, that's when you'll start hearing modern women philosophize about what it means to be a lady. But the moment they leave the restaurant, they're back to their ways of, saying bro or dropping the F-bomb and rejecting modesty.
As a woman, I never talk about the next books or like how I think I'm better than the next bit, whatever the case is. Like, because you want to know why? Because the moment you do that, do you know you have 30 minutes before your man cheats on you with her? Like, do you know you have 30 minutes before your man goes and finds all those women that you think you're better than, that you despise because they can't dress, or their hair never done, or they not cute, or they dark skinned, or they don't got good hair. Now your man cheating on you with every single one of them. Bro.
So I started dressing more modestly.
And let me tell you something. The way I was perceived, approached, and addressed, I am never going back. You hear that voice crack? I am never going back. The compliments were so elegant and demure. I was called beautiful by everybody. People were talking to me for no reason. And this was all happening at the grocery store. I'm at the meat section. This one mama came up to me and was like, I really love your outfit. You look very beautiful. What are you cooking, by the way? Oh, I love that meal as well. Constructing conversations with me from thin air. People were smiling at me as their way of greeting me. There was even a man that tipped his hat at me. You ever had a man tip his hat at you doing this? Greeting you, especially in 2024? Oh yeah, for me, modesty is the way.
Imagine that. Imagine that. You look like you are somebody instead of somebody that be on the street all night, and you get more respect. It's almost like somebody told you that already. It's almost like somebody somewhere in some galaxy said, hey man, maybe you ought to put some clothes on. You'll get more respect.
My boyfriend's ex is a famous influencer. Like, she's a famous TikToker. And every time she posts that she's back in town, like, my heart drops. I'm like, please don't take my man, Jolene. I'm like, please, girl, like, stay away from him. It's so funny because it's like, they dated so far ago, but like in my mind, I'm like, she's gonna just snatch him right up. She's gonna snatch him right up. Like, please don't. Like, I know I don't have 1 million TikTok followers, but please. Like, I don't have a podcast yet. I know y'all been hear what I gotta say, but anyway. It's like such an irrational fear. Like, I don't know.
These modern women think that status affects a man the same way it does for a woman. And it really doesn't. If you fine, you fine. It don't matter if you're in McDonald's or some type of corporate high paying job. If you cute, you cute.
I don't know how y'all can do disrespectful male friends. Cause me, that's not me. Like, I be seeing women say all the time, my male friends be humbling me. They be going in on me. They be like, my male friend just called me a dummy. Huh? And then sometimes want to go as far as to say that the male friend is their best friend. Me, I don't have too many male friends. Right now, I can say I have at least 2. And they will never disrespect me in that way. If y'all like that, I love it. But for me personally, you're not going to be calling me a bumpy faced rat with no hair and thinking that, I'ma just giggle and be like, he's so Kendrick, he be humbling me. He be eating me up, y'all. I don't care who you are. If you're a guy or a woman, you gotta be nice to me. My best friends are so nice to me. Every time they see me, they compliment me. They compliment my hair. If I got my makeup done, they compliment my makeup. If we out, they ask me if I want something. Like, they'll pay for me. Like, and they're always trying to give me hugs. We're nice to each other. You can't disrespect me just because you're a guy. That's weird. But also, if your girlfriend treated you the same way that your guy friend treated you, would y'all still be friends? Or would she be a hater? Hating at...
You know what? I am so tired of these men trying to humble me. I'm so tired of it. Not only have I dated back to back, they have made me feel like absolute about myself in some ways, about like my looks or like my body, have made actual comments about my physical body. Yeah, thank you. I've been told by a guy that you're not even a 10, by a guy I was dating. I've been told by another guy that, you should really work on your split ends. Okay. Another one was, you have little to your ass up for it. That was a good one, right? Great. I don't understand why I attract these dudes that just want to humble me. Mind you, I don't think I'm like the hottest girl like ever. Okay, I do think I'm attractive, but like for you to like try and bring me down for whatever reason. I don't get it. Like, why can't you leave me alone if you think I'm ugly? Like, if you think I am ugly, leave me alone. Now I'm left with a lot of trauma still healing from these types of comments, and I'm just flabbergasted. I don't know if that's the right word, but like, that feel like they can comment on my appearance, and yeah, just thinking about it today, and it sucks so much that I've allowed this to happen, or that I even dated these types of guys. It pisses me off.
Is this a joke? This has got to be a skit. Ma'am, you have multiple videos on your page trashing men, talking about how they are bums, garbage dudes, to TikTok, talking bad about these dudes. Now, I don't want to sit up here and say that they need to be doing this, but don't you think that if you are giving out some type of energy, then at some point in time during your life, you would get that same type of energy back? Wouldn't that be a possibility? Or do you not believe in that? You believe in just dishing it out but not receiving it? Huh. Interesting.
Hi guys, I'm Jules and I'm back with another list. Today we're going to go over men's playbook of insults. Let's dive in. Number 1, they will tell you to get a cat, dog, or some type of pet. They actually have gotten creative and they tell you to get something other than a cat nowadays, but it's usually a cat, some kind of pet. That is not an insult, fellas. You are actually roasting yourself by highlighting the fact that we would rather get any other living being other than you to be in our lives. Also, as a woman, I don't have to take care of it is not my job to take care of you, a pet, cat, dog, or a plant if I don't want to. It's also an insult that I would rather be alone than to ever be in your presence. So, whatever. Number 2, you talk about how we're ran through. You talk about our body counts. Now, I don't mean to be a Blanche Devereaux. Well, yes, I do. I'm just going to put all my business out there. In my personal experience, any man that talks about you being ran through or talks about body count is either really tiny or not skilled at all when it comes to being physically intimate, and they are intimidated and threatened at the fact that you might know what you're doing and you might have had better than them, and with these types of men, you have.
Or, I mean, it could just be that you weren't disciplined and somebody is calling out your discipline. Be the same way if you said, hey man, it seems like you're making a lot of money, but where is it at? I don't see it. You're bad with money. Are they insecure? Is a woman insecure for calling a man out about that? No, she would be making an observation. You're not disciplined with your money and you need to be better. In the same way that if you were messing around with a bunch of guys, maybe it's not insecurity. Maybe it's just that, hey, you need to be more selective with the people that you give yourself to. I don't know if that makes sense.
Number 3, saying you're too old, you've hit a wall. This is why we prefer younger women. This is another reason why I'm so passionate about my content reaching younger women, because they seek them out so they can take advantage of them. They know that we're experienced. They know that we have been through it and we have heard the BS that they put us through. So they target younger women who might not be as experienced or as educated in the area of these idiot men, and they seek to take advantage of them. It is not a flex that you cannot maintain a healthy relationship with someone within a healthy age range. It also shows that you are mentally and emotionally immature. That's not a flex that you prefer younger women. You're a predator! Number 4, calling us bitter, angry, and aggressive. It's like the big gaslight. Anything that they don't agree with, any boundaries, anything exposing them for who they are is bitter, angry, and aggressive. No, it's truth. It's harsh truth that you are not mature enough to open your mind to so that you can make positive changes. Bitter, angry, and aggressive is just code for you're not submissive and you're not doing what I tell you to do. Number 5, they call us masculine. They tend to do this a lot to black women. And I saw this on someone's TikTok today. It's so funny. Our masculine ancestors led us to freedom, caused us to be able to sit anywhere we want to sit on a bus, these masculine women have done so much to move us forward in society, things that they benefit from to this day. Them calling us masculine is just code for, I don't like a woman being in power. I want to be in charge. I think I should do everything, Daddy, even though I'm not qualified. Good men know their strengths and weaknesses, and they work with women in order to get the mission, whatever that may be.
I mean, this is just bad understanding right here. This is just bad understanding, particularly on the comment of it being masculine to move out of the way of somebody mistreating you. I don't think anybody, or there have been no reports of women going back and forth hollering and screaming, right? I think everybody would be okay. And even when that does happen, I think everybody would be okay with people fighting back. If somebody's putting their hands on you, mistreating you, obviously, and I would ask you to remove yourself. If somebody's showing discrimination and prejudice, obviously, I think most people would be on the same page as, hey, man, you need to remove yourself from that situation. You don't need to be there. But in terms of he didn't buy you what you wanted to be bought, and now you're hollering and screaming and trying to clown him, that's masculine. You don't necessarily get all of the things that you're wanting, but he's giving you what you need and he's not mistreating you. That's masculine. Well, I live at a certain standard. If you can't provide that standard for me, then I don't want to even be involved. That type of stuff is actually masculine. It's ungrateful. It's entitled. And most people actually, to be honest with you, are not going to want to be bothered by that. So you can stop that right now. Continue on with your bad understanding.
Accomplished. They don't try to reign over them or put them down when they're actually doing a good job. Number 6, they tell us to die alone. Funny thing is, statistically, in most heterosexual relationships, men usually die first because they don't take care of themselves and they expect the woman to do anything. So we're actually going to die alone usually anyway. And also from several women that I have talked to that have worked in nursing homes and in hospitals, it's usually the men who wind up lonely with no one visiting them or willing to take care of them. And there was even a mortician that I heard that she says they have picked up more men who died alone in skid mark draws eating a can of Vienna sausages because nobody cares about them. So that's just a big projection. They are afraid that that is their fate.
You don't think that, once again, with your bad understanding, that society preaches to take care of women and children? Like in an emergency, that women and children would go first and the men would have to stay behind. So naturally, in a lot of cases, it's assumed that even though the man is past a certain age, he can still take care of himself. And we're going to put him in here, and we're not really going to take care of him because we still see him as, and a lot of people do this, I still see my dad as Superman. He did everything and he's doing okay. And it could be that even when you go to these nursing homes, the man is like, oh, no, don't worry about me. Dad, are you sure? Yes. Get out of here. Go spend time with your family. But for a woman, it's a little bit different. She might say that, but naturally, a lot of times women draw more sympathy. They draw more empathy. And it is true, to give credit, they're also better at building community in a lot of ways. They're also better at just getting together, even though they might be just talking about nonsense and gossiping and whatever it might be. It's still a community, even though it might be looking from the outside and hearing what they talk about toxic. It's still, nevertheless, we have friends. I have people to live for. Whereas a man might not be on board to do that. They just rather cut all that stuff out and just go to work. Have you ever thought about that? No, of course not. Because you think men are the devil and they're absolutely wrong for telling you. And sure, they shouldn't be insulting you, but maybe some of these things aren't insults. Maybe it's, hey man, if you keep on going this direction, this is where you're going to end up. Did you ever think about that?
Because statistically it is. And quite honestly, women usually have people willing to step up and take care of them because they have built actual friendships and they have taken care of family and friends, and they will be taken care of one way or the other. Number 7, they call you fat. They call you ugly. Men that say this stuff, it's also a projection, because when I get these comments on my pages, they usually don't have a profile picture, or when I go to their page, they look like Elmer Fudd, they look like the Pillsbury Doughboy, they basically look like somebody who shouldn't be talking. They know that they are underqualified to be in your presence, so they have to try to bring you down a notch to make them feel better about themselves. Number 8, they'll comment something like, "Get your passports, fellas." The funny thing is, these women in these other countries, they don't take a lot of the crap that a lot of American women take. Yes, there's misogyny and patriarchy everywhere, but a lot of these women require you to make a certain amount of money. They require you to take care of every financial need that they might have. They will not put up with your... And the funny thing is, a lot of these men can't even afford the passport and the round trip ticket to get to these places that they keep talking about. The women in these other countries don't want they either. And I'm sorry, it's not hurting my feelings. If you want to go somewhere else, please, by all means, don't let me burst your bubble. Please go. Number 9, they'll say that's why we prefer Hispanic, white, or foreign women better. The funny thing about this one is marriages between a black man and a white woman or some other race actually have a higher divorce rate, and I think it's because a lot of these men are just fetishizing them, and they think that it's going to get them some kind of status. And then they get this wake-up call when they turn around and this woman that they put on a pedestal is now running their life or leaving their ass. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Nobody wants you. Number 10, they put down single mothers. You know what? I don't want a man in my life who is too weak to step up to the plate and take real adult responsibility. And they fail to understand why we're single moms, because a lot of you tend to leave and desert your families chasing these imaginary dreams and listening to your dumb friends telling you stuff and thinking that you found better. You didn't quite step up to the plate, so we left your ass. You were abusive when we left you. You are intimidated by the fact that women can step up to the plate, do what needs to be done.
But shouldn't they do what needs to be done anyway? Why would you wouldn't praise a man for that? Why would they be praised for doing what they were supposed to be doing? I mean, you made a kid, that would be your responsibility. Just like you wouldn't be praised for doing your actual job. Like your boss wouldn't praise you for that. If you're doing outstanding, and if you are reliable, sure, you should be noticed, but not every day. I mean, he's still a man, even if he doesn't want to take care of your child. Nobody has to step anywhere. He doesn't have any kids. He did what he needed to do to avoid that, for whatever it is. Whatever reason you have a kid for, he does not have one, right? And there are some people out there that could have had kids before something happened and they don't have them. Let's exclude those people and say, hey man, you shouldn't be talking. But for the people who have kept themselves from having kids and have been strict about that, let's also exclude all of those people that have been in, say for instance, a long-term relationship, or have been married before. It's kind of expected that you might have a kid or whatever and whatnot. I get it. I'm not going to beat you down over that. But for those who haven't really been in those situations, they've made a concerted effort not to have kids, men and women, then no, they don't need to step up to the plate and do anything. They're still real people, but they exercise more caution and more discipline than you. And so when they're telling you, you didn't discipline yourself, it's just another way to hold you accountable for the things that you did. Should they be trashing you and talking to you like garbage? Probably not. You probably deserve some respect somewhere. But if you're talking trash like you are, then maybe you're calling it on yourself. Did you ever think about that? Just saying.
Get things taken care of, take care of their kids, and you're still living on a dirty air mattress with Walmart sheets that you haven't washed since you left high school. I've never met a quality man who is insulting women in any of these ways. I've never met a man doing anything with his life who is attractive, whatever attractive means to you, who is making any real moves in life, say any of this stuff. So when you say this stuff, you're telling on yourself and you're letting us know, okay, this is definitely somebody that I need to avoid. It doesn't look good for you. Anyway, tell me what you guys think of my list. Bye.
honestly, you already know what I think. It's a bunch of nonsense. Even if I give you some points, but you know, you can have your opinion. But like I said, I think you need to be more reflective and have some more critical thought about what you're actually saying and why some people might say what they said that you included on your list. Not that you have to accept it, but maybe some of these things don't come out of nowhere, you know? Maybe you are exhibiting some toxic behaviors yourself and you need to work on those. But anyway, that's just my opinion. To the next video, I'm out.